Hey, Keith Myers here for Susky Air Squadron. I met with the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee today of the Department of Environmental Protection for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. If you guys know a little bit about my research, I've been kind of hounding them about a bunch of deleted data that they've been covering up for stratospheric aerosol injections over the state of Pennsylvania. So today I wanted to talk to people that are supposed to be in an oversight position of the ambient air monitoring system, which I pulled all my data, and none of it has been tampered with or manipulated on my behalf, but I asked them about their part in basically deleting a lot of things that I brought to their attention in the last month of 2023. So here's their response.
Yeah, I'm going to read verbatim what I've sent across to Christina, and I really appreciate the fact that she was able to get me in front of you today. After today, you guys will receive a PDF of some links that I'm going to send you. And basically, if you have any questions, at the end of my short presentation, feel free to ask. But I'm just going to go ahead and read my statement. My name is Keith Myers. I'm from Susky Air Squadron, and I came out as a whistleblower against the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection last year. In December of 2023, I met with Sean Nolan, and he reviewed my findings of the official ambient air data website. I had also visited PEMA the morning before about some high levels of electromagnetic radiation that was picked up on your solar radiation pyranometers across the state. The next day, all the information that I printed out was deleted by someone at the DEP. So I'm looking for someone to give me a reason why official data would be deleted from the system, especially after I brought it to your attention. I encourage you to watch the video below as it names some of you and your colleagues. We have aligned our organization with RFK Jr.'s Children's Health Defense. And this interview with Dr. Brian Hooker, I explained in full detail how the DEP has been deleting official data since at least 2018 from my studies. Parameters of solar radiation, ozone, particulates, sulfur dioxide have all been tampered with to hide solar radiation management programs going on here in Pennsylvania. People in your department are guilty of crimes against humanity and Nuremberg Code violations. It's obvious to me and others that are looking at this information that you have been deleting and tampering with official public records, and it is a crime punishable by law. What's worse is they are unleashing particulates and electromagnetic radiation over 12,000 watts per meter squared on innocent children, women, and men of the Commonwealth. And this is going on at night. This is going on sustained times of up to 2 weeks to a month in some locations. And I can prove it beyond any kind of shadow of a doubt. Other entities have joined my investigation. We're narrowing down which of you are complicit in these treasonous actions. Your sloppy attempts to cover up the data are laughable. I mean, it seems like if I was going to cover things up, I would really cover them up. You guys have not been able to do that. And they coincide with pictures that I've accumulated of stratospheric aerosol injections over the last at least 2 years. Also, deletion of other parameters and particulates, different sizes that accompany this, phenomena. So you can review all the 17,000 documents here that it took me 7 months to compile, because I spent over 1,000 hours on your website, going through the ambient air quality data, and it's all on there. And basically, they're screenshots that the data can no longer be manipulated. And my data dump's been viewed and downloaded by thousands of people around the world. So this is your last chance for you, people in your department, outside people that know what's going on, to come out as a whistleblower to this organized crime syndicate that's housed in a DEP, which is supposed to protect us. I don't know if the EPA is complicit or they're giving you pressure or they're giving you money to do these nefarious activities, but you will be found out. And you and your peers have also been named in the data dump. You can absolutely go in there and see, contacts. I've spoken to Sean Nolan, Susan Foster, other people within, your community. I've reached out to meteorologists at Penn State main campus. So this is the last chance for you guys. If you're interested in coming out as a whistleblower, I do encourage you to reach out to Children's Health Defense. Time's running out, and the incoming administration is sympathetic to my position and research. Pending civil and criminal litigation is probably going to be happening sooner than later. And this changing political climate will not find you, in a good spot. I want to just open it up right now. I know Nick, is within this department. Can anybody confirm or deny? Why would somebody in a department be deleting data? Does anybody have any reason why that would happen? Are you guys still there?
Yeah, this is John Tissue. I'm thinking that probably a lot of the points you're making are beyond the scope of the Air Quality Technical Advisory Committee meeting, because typically this committee is involved in providing technical, in some cases, some policy guidance to the agency as it's moving forward with a regulatory action. But these
are there any
that you bring up in your comments are, we're not a law enforcement. I just feel like it's outside our purview, and it's.
The air quality is under your view, right? I've gone to the Citizens Advisory Committee, and you can see my video there. Who is the oversight for the air, quality? That's what I'm trying to get to. Is if I'm not talking about police actions or anything like that. I'm talking about simple data, and I'm using your data. I'm not manipulating it in any way. This is absolutely true, and it is happening here in Pennsylvania. Now, whether or not you guys have the oversight capacity, I want you to be aware of it, of what is going on. So please watch my video. If you want to delve into the data dump, I've got, like I said, 17,000 documents that prove exactly what I'm saying. And nobody wants to talk about these programs that are basically in place. The White House has a document that you can view it on there. They're spraying particulates, they're blocking out the sun, and these particulates are forever chemicals that are getting into all of us, and they're smaller than 2.5 particulates. I would love to hear some kind of explanation, whether this is going on or whether you don't know, or can you acknowledge the fact that this program is happening? Because I so far I can't get a response.
Right, and so the public comment section is really to provide comments on a regulatory action that's being taken by Pennsylvania DEP, and I think we moved a little bit afield from that, with meaning no disrespect to your concerns. It's just the venue is not possibly the correct venue for that. I see there's two people who have their hands raised, Kevin Stewart and Nick Glazer. I guess just, Nick, do you feel you want to go first?
I certainly give the floor to Nick if he prefers.
Yeah, Mr. Myers, Sean Nolan had this discussion with you last fall. There's no attempt to delete information. The data is collected from our sensors and directly sent to our website. When we realize there is an error with some of the data, and it is raw data, it is not quality assured at the time it is sent to the website. It is removed from the data set as being invalid data. And so, without getting into a ton of detail on some of the issues with the solar radiation sensors that you've identified, there's no attempt to hide any data. It's just invalid because of errors with the equipment. We have hundreds of pieces of equipment in the field. Not all of it works perfectly all the time. So that is, and I cannot comment about aerosol spreading in the atmosphere. Nothing. That's nothing to do with us. But for the data piece that you're making allegations about, that is
nothing
the plain
to do with us
and honest truth about what's going on. Thank you.
Kevin, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yeah, just a little. I did want to point out so that everyone does understand that the Lung Association, of course, that I represent, I'm Kevin Stewart, and I'm Environmental Health Director. We do recognize exactly what Mr. Laser has pointed out about how the data are quality assured, and then we do see that there are necessarily changes that are made as certain things are put in place, such as, for instance, some kind of sensor protocols and understanding what kind of corrections need to be made there. Given that, I do want to point out, Mr. Myers, that you make extremely serious allegations, and these things probably are best solved, preferably by mediation, but if necessary, in a court of law. At this point, some of those allegations are serious enough. The accusations are serious enough. It probably would not surprise me if legal counsel for the department would suggest that they have no further communication with you except in a court of law.
No, we've definitely expanded beyond our 3 minutes for the comment, and I don't know that we're in a great spot to continue to have a discussion on this, not for the least of which reasons Kevin Stewart just went over. But Jesse, attorney for DEP, please take the floor.
Hi. Yes. Good morning, everyone. So I've been listening to this here and what was said, and so I would agree with what Mr. Tishu said. This is a public comment session. This is not a Q&A interaction section. And we've received your public comments, and we'll have no further interaction with you on these matters today. So you can certainly feel free to follow up with the department. But as Mr. Tishu mentioned, this is outside the scope of the meeting and the purpose of the public comment period.